Hi, Pastor Rob Harrell again with Talks from the Chair. This time I wanted to read one verse and make some comments, and it's the first verse in the Bible. You probably already know it. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. I want to put forth a thought today, and perhaps you believe it, perhaps you haven't thought about it, but my assertion would be this, and it's not unique to me. There are no atheists. Now, there are many who claim to be atheists, though actually, proportionally, not as many as you would think. The vast majority of humanity, some 8 billion, profess some kind of faith in some form of deity. Man is essentially a religious being. He has been historically and culturally all through time and all across the board. Man has always, as far back as we can tell, believed in some sort of divine being or something that we could generally label as God. Those who have claimed that there is no such thing as a supernatural intelligence or God are relatively few, even among the academic community. Now that might surprise you, but you could check into that. But notice again at the beginning here of the Bible, it says, in the beginning, God. It makes no claim other than God existed and created all things, the heavens and the earth. Now, without getting into any kind of time frame or reference or methodology, just note the fact that there is no rational argument made. The Bible does not seek to prove itself. It simply makes the bold assertion that God is. And though we may try to, in our hearts, deny him, work around him, explain all that is in the material universe in terms of material processes, we still ultimately know in the bottom of our hearts and in our soul, in our being, that there is something greater than ourselves. Now, we might name that something with different names, but we know in our hearts that we are not alone in this universe and in this world. There is something more, some higher power of some sort. There are no, in fact, true atheists. That is my assertion, and you can agree or disagree with that. The truth is, when we think about this universe, without going on too long and laboring too long, when we think about this universe, we realize this is a rationally intelligent universe. In other words, it is capable of being examined and understood. This was one of the great remarks that Einstein made. The fact that it is intelligible was one of the things that struck him as so fantastic. It is intelligible. It is understandable. It seems to work in rational ways. And even though one says, well, I believe in some sort of initial explosion, the Big Bang, or a Genesis moment, if you will, I prefer that term if you want to talk along that line, still, we cannot say that that initial explosion explains everything, because the Big Bang itself has to be explained. What was it? What brought it about? Was anything before that? Common sense would indicate that something cannot come out of nothing. Again, we're pointing again back towards some kind of pre-existent entity, intelligence, being, spirit of some sort, which brought all into existence. I would just encourage you today to realize in your heart that there is a God. Be open to that if you are hardened to that for various reasons. And I understand that, believe me. But be open to the initial statements of the scriptures themselves when it says, in the beginning, God. In the dateless date, God. May He open up your understanding in this critical area of life. God bless you.